Here's a quick update on our trip from Costa Rica. This was just a poster on the side of the road, kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's a fun thing, kind of captures Costa Rica. And this is Kathy Bryson. She's the one who coordinated the conference, did a fantastic job. Their training center is literally cut out of the jungle. So we're in the center of the jungle. And each morning we would start with a time of fellowship. This is before breakfast, but the first morning they introduced us to everybody and just had a good time of prayer. And then we jumped right into the lessons. And this is the Community Health Evangelism. So it's the same lessons that we do in North Carolina we were doing there. But of course we're doing it in Spanish because almost all of our participants, I think we had about 20 participants, were Spanish speakers. We had 3 non-Spanish speakers that Ellen was translating for. And we did the same lessons, which meant that we had these great, kind of dynamic things that people would do, that would help to illustrate the lessons that are being taught. And they're also really fun, so it's a fun way to engage. And here, this is Nana from Ghana, and Ellen's grandmother name is Nana, so it was Nana and Nana. Very, very fun. This is Ashley from Echo. Echo we trained it at in Florida. And of course there were leafcutter ants because we're right in the jungle. And that's very reminiscent of Honduras. We had the same leafcutter ants. But I mean, every time I see them, I can't help but think of the scripture, consider the ant, you sluggard. And here you watch them, and as I watch them, it's amazing because even among the ants, there are those who are obviously putting up more effort. They're trying to move those leaves so much faster, and even right here in this little clip, you see at the very end somebody just racing up, and it's an interesting thing. It happens everywhere in life. Well, back to the lessons. We did a lot of health lessons, and it's because Community Health Evangelism talks about health, but we're keying on preventative care. And so once we do that, they realize this is a big deal. It felt like we had been there for 2 weeks and not just a short time that we were there. And people were sharing how much the training meant to them and how it had opened their eyes to see the application of the preventative health care for this community development. And here, this is someone who works in community development, but has never associated the Bible with it. And so he is super excited for the training and would love to have more of this training. And he's actually one of the participants from Honduras. We just became great friends. And the last day, Ellen actually shared her testimony in the morning, which was a real blessing for everybody. So here's our group from Honduras. There are 6 folks. We just love them. It was great. This is our group from Guatemala, and we really love them too. This is Sakmap from Guatemala, and she loved us. And here, this is a aunt and nephew from Honduras, and these are our English speakers. So in the whole group together, we just had a great time. And Costa Rica, as everybody kind of knows, is a beautiful, beautiful country. And so we were amazed and impressed with the scenery, but also just a half hour from the training center is this volcano. Thank you so much for your prayers and your support that keep us going.